Welcome back, everybody. Let's learn how to study. So I'm sitting in front of a Cintiq. I got 3 monitors, and this is where I live. This is where I spend most of my time. That's why sketching is such a luxury, because we spend so much of our time in front of a computer, And so I have this big Cintiq, and that's what you're looking at. So here's the Cintiq. You can see, here's my pen, and this is the Cintiq. So what I have on here are Sargents, and I just open them up, no particular size. And what I'm going to do is duplicate the layer, and then take this layer and reduce the opacity. Okay, just go ahead and make it lighter so I can draw it. Okay, get rid of some of the saturation. Now you can do this on your iPad, Procreate, doesn't matter, whatever you want to use, or you can use tracing paper if you have a book, and trace paper on top. So what we're going to do is go down the list of what we're studying. Okay, so what's the first thing? Shape of face, shape of hair. So I would just grab a kind of a nice Renaissance-y color. Let's see. And for everybody who's making fun of me, I have all of the Adobe Suite and I love it, but I like CS5 on Photoshop. I just like it. Okay, and the Photoshop's just getting so much stuff on there, and I've been using it, for years. I own it. This is back when you can actually buy it. And I got it from the student store at the university. I like it. Okay, first thing, what's the shape of her face? It's it's a square. Okay, so go like that, and so you start with that to measure. Her hair is kind of a triangle, so that's the first thing. You just sketch it out, and then shape of face, and you get the neck, and then the triangle. See, and then what I can do is take and put a white. I forgot to do that, so go ahead and grab a white. Okay, so I've got that, and I'll lock it. So that's your lay-in right there. And you do lots of these. Okay. And then say, okay, the eyes are halfway. Here's the direction she's going. So we draw that. Nose is halfway. You get used to it. So that, when you're doing a drawing, it's just bam, you nail down the shapes portion. Shape of face, shape of, I'm looking at myself in the, see what see what it looks like, but you're right there. Shape of face and shape of hair. And that'll determine, who you're actually drawing. From here, you can start coming up with your own shorthand. So mine looks like this. I go like that, go boom. So I go this way, that side of the rhythm, come across the brow to this side of the rhythm, come across to the nose, to that rhythm, to the mouth, to the chin. And that's the face. And I can come back in 100 years and, finish a face based on this. See what I'm practicing? I'm just practicing. Okay, so we've got that. Next one, maybe come in and put in the layers. So we'll start with a blue. I'm going to put in the rhythms. Something like this. So we're going to use, old school knowledge. Everybody, the way it worked back in the olden days, if you get a job, on a film, they give you the model sheets, and you go to your desk and you start tracing them, looking for the processes. So here's the forehead. And then here's where the rhythm hits the nose, the nose hits the face. Mouth, chin, over the ear, over the ear. I just trace it over and over and over again so that it becomes second nature. It's kind of muscle memory. So when you sit down, you bang it out. And then for the planes, go with a darker color, maybe a green or something. And then I can go ahead and start putting in these planes. You're practicing. Nobody's going to see it because you're just going to delete it when you're done. The story I usually tell at the school is, would you pay money to go to a sporting event and just watch a bunch of football players go out on the field and lift weights? Everybody says no. So, well, God help the football player who doesn't lift weights. So this is the weightlifting. See, then I can come in, just grab, I don't know, an orange. And just start putting in the lights going this way. Start throwing in the shadows. Right on the planes. Okay, so we got that. And then if you want to start playing with edges, you say, okay, here's a core shadow, cast shadow, core shadow, cast shadow, core, cast, core, cast, core, cast. See? I don't know. Study. Okay. You can even do this. You can go ahead and say, okay, anatomy. Epicranius, procerus, corrugator, spicularis, oculi, levator superioris, levator nasi, spicularis, oculi, oris, depressor, temporalis, masseter, buccinator, resource. Just throw in the anatomy. Do that. Or you can go ahead and practice putting in skulls. Definitely a Caucasian. You just start from different places. See? Now you have her skull. And on the other side, just practice putting in the rhythm chart. See? It's fun. So you trace the actual process. Then you can take another piece of paper and try it on your own. So now we have a process to follow. That's the first one. Do a new layer. A little darker. That's okay. Here's the brow. Notice where the head turns. That's going to be a soft edge. Cast here. Mouth lines up the center of the eye. She has a small mouth, so her mouth actually lines up just inside of her tear duct. And you practice. So And here you have all your processes. And then here you take the car for a test drive. Just relax and study. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's grading you. I always gave all A's in my college class because it's like when you're grading them on drawing, you're actually like grading them on breathing. Well, so our heart beats, so we live, so we draw, so we can artistically live. You're playing, just study. Work on values, grab another layer. So if you have Photoshop, have fun with it. If you have Procreate, the same thing. Any of the digital software will work. And best of all would be a tracing paper. Don't draw in the book. So on this side, you have your rhythms. We're also combining all the different schools from Bridgman to Feidelson to Carmian to Vilpu to me to you, from Fixler to me to you, Sargent, painting with edges, combining and everything. So at the school, we combine everything together. So it's not like you study just one school of drawing. You study them all. So when you look at my kids' work, you'll see, everybody in there. Okay, does that make sense? Study, then have fun. And it becomes second nature. And that's what we want. So that's it. So my book, see it, feel it, trace it, draw it. And in the book, you have everything you need to trace. Okay, I'll see you on the next round, you guys.